All right, guys, welcome back for another recap and look ahead video. So we'll get right into it. If you've never watched one of these before, I just go over the series that I've run this season, and then what I think about them, and then I move on and give you guys an idea what I'm planning on running the new season. So we started off with the advanced Mazdas. Um, we ended up gaining 255 high rating in this series. We did have two wins. One of those was a really good one, one I lucked into, I think. Didn't finish the season very good in the last 2 weeks, but we did have a lot of fun. Um, I when I started out as a rookie, you drive this car. I hated it. I drove this car in the production car challenge. Uh, at the time, the Mustangs kept getting in the way. Could have had better races, could have had more fun. The splits weren't that big, so I didn't know what to expect coming into this series, but I did have a lot of fun. I didn't get many wins, but I wasn't expecting a whole lot. But we had fun. I will return again. It'll stay on my list, but we did really good. Like I said, we gained 255. We finished. We ran Division Two. We did finish 47th overall completely. We finished 15th in my division, so that was good. Finishing top 50 was great in this series. There's a lot of tough guys that run this car, a lot of fast guys. So I had some weeks where I was really good, some weeks I wasn't, but we had fun. We learned a lot and some pretty close battles in this series. So it was a lot of fun. I do recommend at least trying it, even if you got a bad taste in your mouth from the rookie series or the production car challenge. I would give this a go. Good size splits. So moving on from that, we attempted the big blocks, and that's about all we did. We attempted it. So we did run 17 races. Now we lost 229 I rating in this series. Only had like two top five finishes in the 17 races we did run, and I struggled all season long. Normally, especially in dirt, it may take me 2-3 weeks to really get a new car figured out, and then I can run. But a lot of these races, I just was outmatched. I felt like I was in over my head. Just, I don't know. I struggled with the 358. I really struggled with the big blocks. Um, the racing, if we could get the race to split, we could do okay. Sometimes, not every time. There was 6 or 7 races out of the 17 that did not split, and these are our 20 car fields on small tracks. So out of those 6 or 7 races, I did get DQ'd 3 times. Now coming into this season, I've been racing since 2018. I've only been DQ'd once or twice, and then to get DQ'd 3 times in one season was just crazy for me. I don't know what else to say. It's just the single splits just was really bad. I had some races. I had run race that I thought was going to be okay. Knoxville, big wide track. I got DQ'd on that one. So um, I don't know. It was a handful. I was a mess in this series. I can't give a whole lot of fault to um, everybody else. I mean, I partly to blame for a lot of my incidents. So um, that being said, so let me go. So we ran Division Two. Um, I finished 34th in my division, but I finished 107th overall. which is not surprising. My goal in series that I run, I don't run for division champions or anything like that. I do try to finish in the top 100, and we missed that. So the way I ran, it just, like I said, didn't surprise me that we didn't finish in the top 100. But with me losing 229 I rating, and this series was not a heavily viewed series, so I know you guys aren't uh, interested in this. I know you guys aren't interested in a lot of the dirt. But I won't be running this series again. It's not worth it the way that I ran. It's not worth it um, with the low viewership, and it's not worth it with me just losing I rating. If I'm going to lose I rating, I'd at least want to do it in a series that you guys want to watch, or one that I have fun. This one was neither. So, um, would I recommend this series? No. Um, there's a lot of strong, fast guys that ran this. I mean, the single splits, the uh, even in the splits that I got into, I was way in over my head. So there's guys that can run this car extremely well, and I'm just not one of them. So um, I can't really recommend it though, not unless you're really good at it, because that's what it's going to take to even compete and have a chance. So, but hey, we tried it. We know not to do it again. So, moving on from that, we ran the 305 sprint car. Now, we again Division Two, finished 41st in my division and 111th overall. That's kind of disappointing for me. Um, because I did get a full season. I ran 9 weeks in this series. 8 weeks is a full season. So not finishing in the top 100 is disappointing on my part because I know I can do better. I mean, we did get off to a very slow start. Um, the first 2 or 3 weeks that I raced, struggled. So really got it together there at the end. The last 2 weeks of the season, I didn't have time to race this series. I think if I would have gotten one good race in, we probably would have finished in the top 100. But we did gain 157 I rating. So like I said, we started off slow. I mean, our first race of the season, I ended up with 6 points. Didn't even get to finish that race. But we did get a win late in the season. So 3 podiums out of the 13 starts. Overall, we gained some safety rating in this. But I always like the 305s. 305s are a lot of fun to me. They're easy to drive for me. Dirt, I do struggle when it slicks off, and I do struggle figuring out when to go high, when to go low, when to make the change in dirt. But this series stays on my list to keep coming back and trying again, and it'll stay on my list. Had a lot of fun. If you guys haven't ever driven a sprint car, uh, and you're only into the late models or whatnot, try the 305s. They're a lot of fun, I think. So, our fourth series, we tried the F4 fixed series again. Just with my schedule, now I try to run a perfect week for me is 7 races. That fourth series, I only have time to do one race. So if anything comes up during the week, that race kind of drops off. So we did get 3 races in, actually 2 weeks, because one week I got 2 races in because I didn't run the advanced Mazdas that week. And on this one, we Division 2 again. With only the 2 weeks, we finished 592nd in division and 4,442nd overall. Not really expecting to make the top 100 when I wasn't planning on racing a whole lot. We did, in the 3 races, we did lose 40 iRating. We didn't do well in any of them. I had one good points race, the first race at Watkins Glen, and I was slow, and a lot of people wrecked out of that race. I gained a lot of positions on that. So other than that, we struggled. We weren't familiar with the car that much. I never, when I ran the full season, I never got a whole lot of top tens in this car. Anyways, the fields are very strong, very stout, um, and that's not coming from just, excuse me, that's not coming from high iRating drivers. I find myself with a lot of people overseas or South American drivers um, that can just drive this car like it's nobody's business. Um, Lower iRating guys can end up beating me. So I top 15 and I'm good and I have good races there. But I mean, average points was 86. We didn't do well. I think we could have done better, but I have fun in this car. Uh, 2 of the 3 races were at Watkins Glen. I hate Watkins Glen. This car at Watkins Glen is probably the most fun I've had at that track. So I like open wheel cars. I may not be the best at them, but I find them fun, challenging, but it'll stay on our list to give it another go. I know uh, this series is kind of popular when I run it more often, but we'll come back to this one eventually. So I did have 2 races in the big blocks that I attempted that I didn't make, and they were both my live streaming races. So because I put up on my channel that I was going to be running a race and it didn't make, I tried to come up with something different. The first race that I did to fill in for that was a GR Buttkicker Cup Toyota, and unfortunately it was at Watkins Glen, and we did extremely poorly. Um, we just weren't prepared. I signed up for it. I ran practice laps. Um, I self spun. Just it was bad. I lost 82 iRating in the one race, and not much to say, but I just wasn't prepared at all. So I like the car. I like the series. It stays on my list to revisit, but we just didn't do well. And because of that, I had another race that didn't make in the big blocks. So instead of running a road series that I need more time to prepare for, I went and drove the late model tour fixed series, and we did pretty good. Finished top 5 in that race. We gained 10 IR. So if probably going forward, if I have a live stream that doesn't make, I'll probably move to a fixed oval race. Um, I'm more comfortable there, more familiar with that side of things. I consider myself an oval driver. Yeah, I know I've put here lately, I've put a lot of road series out. Um, and the reason it looks that way is because before I started the channel, I've already ran most of the oval series. So I'm always trying new things, and that's why you're not seeing me do a lot of new oval series, because there's so much more to the road side than there is to the oval side. So, but going forward, I will run a fixed series that I like. So, but that's kind of all the new stuff and the things that we hit throughout the season. So to give you guys an idea of what I plan on running this upcoming season, Let's see. So I'm going to start out the season in the fixed F3 series, running the Disabled American Veterans scheme on the F3 car. Trying something a little bit new with the wheels. I'm normally not a fan of coloring the wheels, but we're going to try that this season. So we're going to run the fixed series in this. There's no difference in the open versus fixed lengthwise anyways. So that's why I'm just going to run the fixed. Don't plan on running the open at all. So we're going to give this a go. I do know that I've heard turn one in these cars can be a disaster, and if you can make it past turn one, you're pretty safe. So I don't know. We'll give it a go. See how it goes. Hopefully it goes good. It's an open wheel car. Looking forward to it. So that will be our first new series of the week. And then our second new series of the week is going to be the Class C Street Stocks. I'll be driving the Casino with the Hope for the Warriors scheme on it. Really glad they come out with new cars because I didn't want to drive the Corvette. What they're talking about, the Panther is what they call it now, I think. So we're going to give this series a go. I've heard that there's a lot of cautions, a lot of eye pacing going on, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll get lucky and have some green flag runs. That's where I do better at. But we're going to give it a go as our new series, our second new series this season. So going back to the oval side. And then for a revisit, our third series this season is going to be the Open Truck Series. And we're going to run the Wounded Warrior project on the truck. And so this will be our third series. Hoping to get two races in for this series each week. So a little more heavy on the oval side this season. And then if I have time, the fourth series, we're going to visit the TCR Challenge and going to run the Veloster with the Canines for Warriors. So this will be a revisit. This was going to actually drop off of my list to run. It's one of those series that I lose iRating in. It's not a very highly viewed series on my channel, but out of random, it came up. So I figured I'd give it another go. We'll see how the season goes. If it's not popular and I continue to lose iRating, this might be the last time I even attempt this series. But first time through, so this is the Veloster. First time through, we ran the Elantra. We're going to give it another go in a different car this time. So, but like I said, this is the fourth series of the week for me. So perfect series, perfect week, I'll get one race in this series. So if anything happens, this race will not happen. And I do know for a fact, right off the bat, week number one, I will not be racing this car because I've got something going on. And then I got something going on in the evening during the week. And then that Saturday is the Indy 6-hour race with my team. So I will not be racing this in week one, but I'm hoping to get more than 3 races in like I did in the F4 this season. So, but this is what I'll be running this season. So it's going to be heavily on the oval side. And once I get through all my new series, I've got a feeling my stuff will be more oval and road, less dirt than anything. But So, anyways, hope you guys liked the video, like my thoughts on the series, on what I ran this season, and hope you guys tune in to what I'll be running this coming season, and hope to see you guys on the track. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys out there. Have a good one.